Hey guys, it's Matt Mickelson again. Hopefully this video is going to be a little bit more lively than my one that I did last week, about a week ago. I am going to be talking about courage today and the courage to push forward and do the things that are important to me and living in my life and trying to get stuff done that is important to me, like I just said. Anyways, courage. Courage is one of those things, the courage to move forward and chase your dreams that I think a lot of us struggle with. There are the exceptional few that can just go out and get stuff done and it comes naturally maybe to them. They feel well accomplished and they can just go out and do things. At 48 years old, I've definitely gotten to a point where I feel pretty strongly that I can deal with most any situation. But even then, there are times that I struggle with moving forward, trying to get something done, such as that first video that I did, the worst video ever. I was trying to have some fun with putting that out there. I don't think that it was a very good video, especially compared to other producers out there. And yeah, they've done it a lot more and have a lot more experience, but still, is anybody going to really care what I have to say out in the world or not? And that was a big concern of mine. Also, I'm not a professional at this. I am just learning this. So a couple more things that I wanted to add to the channel are just to help with me not being a professional YouTuber is that every week I'm going to try and learn something new and present it here on my channel. So looking back at the last video, something that I learned was how to splice video. And God, I did not do it well. I still have to do a lot more practice at it, but I hope it was tolerable for what I did. Thank you to the two people so far. A very good friend of mine, Leon, and of course my lovely wife. Jane was number one to look at my video. And of course she is just wonderful to support me at what I'm trying to do here. And she is just a godsend to have in my life. It's great to be married to your best friend. Leon, thanks for being so encouraging out there. I definitely appreciate it. My plan was to make this video on courage and then direct this video, push it out to everybody, and hopefully some of you will go back and look and see how bad my first video was. It was just an introduction video. Anyways, talking about courage, I have two sons, Lance and Tyler. They are 18 and 16. Lance is he's very intellectual. He's got a great personality, but he's very introverted and he's very different from I am. He doesn't have a big personality to walk into situations and just deal with it. He's not somebody that likes to live in the spotlight, and it drives me bonkers when I'm like, just go do it. And he's like, oh, he gets stuck in a moment and just won't even move forward. And I wish I could take a part of me and just give it to him and say, you know what? It doesn't matter that much. The things that we do in our lives. Yes, everything matters and everything is important about out in the world and what we do. And we get so amped up about, oh God, stepping out into the spotlight or making sure that it's just right to get it done. My hope from this video is that I can speak some words of wisdom and encouragement into people's lives to just go out there and don't worry so much about it. Just throw some crap up on the wall and just do it. Nike, just do it. Have an attitude like Star Trek, to boldly go where no man has gone before. Braveheart, I mean, gosh, they just got it done. Wouldn't you just love to have that courage that in that moment when he's talking to the horde of Scotsmen's, and he's talking about, wouldn't you just love to tell our oppressors that we're not going to put up, I'm mad-libbing this really badly, but we're not going to put up with your crap anymore, and we're going to stand up for ourselves and fight back. So I love the hero complex. I have somewhat of a little bit of a hero complex. I like to think it's a lot bigger than it actually is in my own heart, in my own mind. I definitely have gotten to a point in my life that I don't back down. It gets me into trouble sometimes, and there are people that just that rubs it the wrong way for them. And something that I've had to learn how to temper and still need a lot of work on tempering it down. But even then, I don't back down anymore. At 48 years old, I've gotten to be big enough in my own soul, not to think that I'm better than anybody else, but I definitely have gotten to the point where if there's something that needs to get it done. Make it happen. And a couple of things that I've learned along the way is the things that I've been scared of. I couldn't even tell you what I was struggling with 6 months ago. It just, things get so amped up on a day-to-day basis. And not to say that there's not important things that happen in our lives that affect our lives, but, I'm busy dealing. So we're also busy dealing with today that, we kind of forget about yesterday's problems, and we place so much emphasis on the things coming down the line for today and tomorrow and in the future, that maybe we just need to slow down and say, what do we need to do to just get this done so we can resolve it? And that brings up the next point of getting tasks completed. I was struggling for several days sitting down at my desk, at my computer, and getting to work on editing my first video. I just was struggling really hard with it. And until I actually sat down and started doing it, it was itching me and gnawing at me. So one of the things that I've learned along the way, one of the rules that I've learned, I think this came from, I apologize, I don't remember the guy's name right off the top, but he wrote the Chicken Soup for the Soul series, and another one of his books. He talked about just completing things, get it done, get it to a point where it's concluded and you don't have to worry about it anymore. It is January 25th. And my taxes are ready to go to the accountant. They are off of my desk. I've done all my 1099s. My W-2 is done. And I'm just like, whew, thank God I can move on to the next thing. I would venture to guess that not many people are in the world have that done. And I don't like that gnawing, and actually sitting down and taking care of business definitely relieves the stress and the anxiety. Having a completed project behind you definitely allows me to move forward with a lot more stuff. So that's definitely a big, I think I've said definitely way too many times now. That definitely is a big tool to use, is to just sit down and get it done and be done with it. And once it's done, it's just one of those things you can take off of your to-do list. We all have our to-do list, and we all have our things that need to get done. And when something is done, it's just a relief to me, and I love that. As for going out and dealing with other people in the world and having the courage to stand up and do something, I don't know whether it's asking a girl out for a date. I'm almost 20 years married and very madly in love with my lovely wife. And so I'm far removed from dating. Or going to talk with somebody, pitching somebody about business, trying to, do a deal with somebody. Just go out and do it and don't worry about it. Chances are a week later, people will not even be remembering what it was. If they shoot you down, they're not going to remember you a month later, much less have any bad things to say about you. And if they do, we really don't want those people in our lives anyways. So just don't worry about it. Go out, try something, do something. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. I would rather be someone that stepped up and took a shot and missed, and even maybe got lost in the situation poorly, badly, than somebody that didn't get up and try at all. There's a phrase out there about we'll always miss 100% of the shots that we don't take. And I would definitely rather put as many shots out there as possible. Looking forward into this next week, something else that I'm going to be working on is I have reached out to a good friend of mine for the first interview for my series. I'm hoping that comes together. The series, again, will be to start interviewing entrepreneurs or people that have that business mindset, that are going out there and trying to do something above and beyond for themselves and live largely. through the entrepreneurial lifestyle. And I do have a request out to a friend of mine's son who actually has started his own landscaping company. And so if his son is available, then I will work on getting together for an interview. I don't know how to set up microphones and multiple cameras and dial them in, so my learning curve is definitely going to be something that I'll have to come up significantly in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. So thank you for the time. Gosh, I can't believe this is another 10 minutes and 35 seconds that I've been rambling on. Appreciate everything that everybody does out there. If you've taken the time to watch this, if you could also like and subscribe my channel, of course that helps, and we greatly appreciate that. That's about it. Have a great week.